What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the right of the map in the red color, playing as Odin. His name is the Rapl. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Oranos. His name is More 2K. Apparently, this is Moore's 2K account, which means he is going for 2K rating on this account. Moore is, if you don't know who Moore is, he is arguably one of the strongest, if not the strongest, Atlantean Oranos specific player currently playing. He often doesn't play for quite a while, comes back on a Smurf account, plays a whole bunch of different civilizations on the Smurf account, and then returns back to Oranos and whoops everyone for a while. But he's a really interesting Oranos player. While a lot of players do say that Oranos takes a very little skill to macro with, that is accurate. Moore's macro is with Oranos is actually quite pristine and a very smart Oranos player when it comes down to that. It definitely plays around Oranos' weaknesses better than a lot of other players, which is why he has so much success with him. Rapl, you will know yourself, definitely one of the strongest Odin players around, even if he is focusing more on Age of Empires 4 at the moment. He's still got that skill, and the fact that he's playing Age of Empires 4 means that he's actually improving in some areas that you probably wouldn't improve on very much if you just played Age of Titans. Those things come down to like APM, multitasking, and all these kind of things that come from having to press a lot more buttons and try and play a lot faster, playing with higher level competition as well. Arguably, if you play a game with a larger player pool, that means that the top level is going to be higher. So you will find that, especially with the top players who play Age of Titans and play another RTS, which with a higher player base, they will probably have a better time playing Mythology than those that just play Mythology, even if the players who just play Mythology maybe have a slightly better strategic understanding. Anyways, we'll see how this game's going to go. It is an Oasis map, and it looks to me like, hang on, how many zebra here? It looks like there was only 2 zebra start here, which is actually a really tough start for Odin, and Rapl did use his great hunt over here to get himself the extra zebra. Maybe it was a 3 zebra start. I'm not exactly sure what the start was, but definitely no great hunt on these goats, which I actually think is the correct player on Oasis for Odin players against Oranos. The correct play, in my opinion, is to use your great hunt on goats to get yourself somewhere in the vicinity of, like, if you great hunted this, you would get yourself 18 goats, and that allows you to get an early husbandry and then spam Ulfsarks out, and you don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to defend this hunt. Your opponent's early game is not going to be that big of a deal. If we watch what Moore's doing over here, Moore's getting himself his temple out. He's got his villager going over to gold mine on this location. He's going to be getting himself a clean 430 advance time through Prometheus here. He's eating up this giraffe over here. I imagine he's going to get a really early, I would assume he gets a really early husbandry. I would grab husbandry right now if I was Moore, but he's going to be getting himself hand axe instead here. Which might mean he wants to go in with Terma, which I think is potentially a slight misplay on this in this matchup at the start. What's happening in chat? Can you guys just calm for a hot second? I don't know what's happening. We've got people saying ban this guy, ban this guy. I don't know what's happening. Just calm down. It's fine. I'm gonna give a mod to someone right now, and you can deal with everything. All right, onwards and upwards. Okay, Freya coming through for Rapl at this point. You see the longhouses coming down here for Rapl. He's going to go straight into those longhouses. He's already over onto this giraffe on this location here. Going to be immediately starting to get himself Ulfsarks at the start of this game here. More on the other hand, we do see the counter barracks, military barracks coming up for more at this point as a citizen getting harassed here from the Skraeling on this location. Prometheans wandering over in onto this location here. Going to be starting to attack that Skraeling there, saying, get away from me. We don't need this. I do like these plays here from Moore, where he has the oracles in the back and he heroizes them with valor to get himself a hero citizen on the outer hunt. This makes so much sense because this citizen now moves up to 216 HP instead of 160 HP, gets a little bit more speed as well to run away, and well, no, it doesn't get any armor, but does get some more damage to boot. Probably not going to use that, but it does allow the citizen to sit out here on that location for much longer. So it's really, really smart to be going for on those locations there, as we are seeing some immediate Kara Ballister actually coming out here for more as a counter to those Skraelings that Rapl is most likely going to be grabbing, as we do see the immediate Lone Wanderer coming through here for Rapl. I'm not sure how much I like the immediate Kara Ballister here for more, but when it comes down to it, he's not going to have a whole lot to defend. He's going to be on these berries over here, and he's going to be okay in this location here as the units swing over onto this position here. We do see the Valkyrie coming in, going to be trying to harass this citizen as it does retreat back, grabbing the mana on this location. Immediate forest fire here from Rapl, a little bit early from Rapl. He should have let the mana get completed and then forest fire. Would have been pushing the citizen off of the wood and doing a little bit of damage onto the population of Moore, but instead not going for that one, and Moore doesn't suffer all too much from that location there, as the Ulfs are going to swing in onto this location over here. The citizen does retreat immediately. Moore is all over his economy right now as that hero citizen, never going to go down on this position. We do see Rapl coming over. He's got himself the Kara Ballister, he's got himself the Promethean. The Ulfs do have 5.28 speed, so they will be able to dodge the majority of those Kara Ballister arrows as he does retreat back home. Now, the question is, does Rapl have himself husbandry? No husband. There it is. It is coming in, so that's good. But the thing is, Rapl, he's floating a whole bunch of wood at this moment. So the question is, what do you do in this position? And I think the answer is, so the position that I'm talking about is your opponent is making Kara Ballister. So what do you do when your opponent is making Kara Ballister? What does Kara Ballister actually mean? It means that your opponent doesn't have speed anymore. Your opponent, the Oranos, is no longer going to be having access to the pressure that he normally would have. So that's Terma running around raiding you, Mermillo with the Terma and all the other things. So that means you don't need to worry so much about defending everything. And I think the answer, in the end of the day, is actually just rush next age. As we can see, that's exactly what Rapl is doing. And if that's the case, as soon as Rapl gets that, he should be at that armory. He should be thinking about taking these villages off of wood, coming over onto the herdables here, and sorting this out. You can see he's also got watchtowers up as well. Really, really smart here for Rapl, because it means he doesn't need to defend himself. It means he doesn't have to spend any more resources on military units here to defend against raids. So I love that play here from Rapl, as he's going to be advancing to the next age here. We'll see how things are gonna go now for Moore, and if Moore is going to be looking for a second town center or something. But I think that the simple play here for Rapl is actually get heroic age, get a second town center, throw a hill fort down on this location, put everyone onto gold, not farm at all, go full dwarves, and actually buy his way to the Mythic Age, go for a Ragnarok, and I'm not sure if Moore's defensive play here will be able to stop that, and he's probably going to find himself in a gold star position here. We'll see if Rapl is going to be aware that that's a strategy here or not, as the Hearsts are going to be defending over on this location as well. As the units swinging through, Rapple's still running around, just causing a little bit of distraction action here, but Moore is smart. Moore knows. Moore's playing around his weakness. He's not going for that blind 115 population here. He's going straight to the heroic age himself here. So we'll see if this is going to work out for him or not. What he's going to go for, I would love to see Thea, but maybe going for Hyperion is the right play. Thea definitely here. We see Thea. The reason for Thea is having Stymphalian birds to harass a gold mine and give him a little bit of an advantage moving forward. Also being able to deal with those frost giants here coming forward here as well. As the walls coming up on this location for Rapl, as the Ulfsark's going to be retreating away here. Raven going to be retreating away as well, as these Ulfsarks searching around, looking for some more things to pick off. Rapl has to pull back. I would have loved to see a wall here. A wall here would be absolutely huge. He's walled off this location over here, walling off this location here as well. We do see the villagers moving out onto these berries, which I I'm not sure I 100% agree with. He should probably be jumping onto wood for the time being to get himself a whole bunch more military buildings and defend himself, but he wants to grab the berries to delay the farms as much as he possibly can, but this might give more an opportunity to hit him, to raid him. There's also these baboons over here as well if Rapl wants to push up onto this location, but we do see the units pushing over here, going to immediately be dropping that hill fort as more does hit the heroic age first. Rapl going to be dropping the hill fort down here immediately. That's going to be a beautiful, beautiful large gold mine to be going onto for Rapl, because the reason is because there's no way to attack on this side, so this hill fort will be able to defend all sides against a Stymphalian bird or a rock here as well. Obviously, not only that, he's going to be able to grab these baboons as well here, and we'll see what Rapl's plan is going to be here moving forward. As more here, he's still not building any military units. So more actually might be just rushing Mythic Age here as he does break through this gate, going to be pushing up onto this location here. I wonder if like a really, really early Hecate here, dropping palaces onto his gold mines and everything else. Look at this. I love this. He's still grabbing gold here, a little bit over grabbing gold here. But if he'd saved like, say, 1,500 gold in this gold mine and just grabbed this gold mine afterwards, that would give himself a lot better chance of defending himself against a potential Ragnarok coming up, but more still grabbing that one for the time being as the market does come down. The hill fort is up on this location. Potentially a frost may have to get dropped onto this spot here as these villagers are going to get harassed down. Rapl not paying attention. He does pull back in time, doesn't lose anything just yet as the army coming through. The Olfsark coming down onto this location there. The frost giants going to be freezing one of those Carabalister nicely as the shockwave does come down. Potential frost may need to come through here, but does it look like Rapl is potentially going to be winning this? No, he's going to have to retreat, and he does decide to drop that frost down as he definitely is trying as hard as he can to get to that Mythic Age here to go for a Ragnarok straight away as Rapl now clicks up through Balder. One thing that he might want to consider is just getting a couple of ox caravans and just leaving them over here as the Dryads coming in onto this position. The hill fort needs to start helping out over here as well as the Stymphalian bird can immediately start targeting down. That frost giant does so much damage over here. The question really is going to be, can Rapl get some units out here or not to defend here, because he might actually have to just start retreating these dwarves and run all the way around here to stay alive, because the Dryads are going to continue or start putting pressure on over here, and the Balder is not through just yet for Rapl as the dwarves are trying to fight this one back here at this point. We'll see how he's going to go. The hill fort is here. It needs to start targeting down those Stymphalian birds. The Stymphalian birds are killing off these dwarves really, really nicely here. There's not enough garrison opportunity here. The villagers covered in. This is hurting Rapl quite a lot. As you can see, no real villagers left in his main base. He does have wood here to gather as the Stymphalian birds flying overhead of these dwarves. Balder is now at 70% as Rapl's economy is hurting quite significantly here. If we move over to Moore's perspective here, Moore's going up through Hecate here himself, wanting to drop that Tartarian gate potentially down on that hill fort, and it looks like he will be hitting the Mythic Age first here, as well as that Tartarian gate is going to come down. It's going to be able to take out that hill fort and is going to be a real big problem here for Rapl moving forward. We'll see where he wants to. He's actually going to drop it on the temple here. He's going to drop it on the temple just before the fire giant pops. No fire giant here for Rapl. A beautiful, beautiful play by Moore, but Moore's now got the Ragnarok to deal with, and we'll see how things are going to go. Do we see a palace out? Yes, we do. Fanatics are getting produced here. How many more palaces will we see? We see a second town center up here. Moore's at 68 population right now as the heroes of Ragnarok are going to be able to clean up that Tartarian gate very, very quickly here. But I'm not sure this even matters here, because honestly, Rapl is as all in as you get. Picking off this location here is not going to help him out. He's got no resources in the bank. I'm surprised he even went for that here. It slows down this attack quite significantly here as Moore trying to get some citizens out here. He's got a lot of gold in the bank. He's got himself a handful of those medium fanatics coming out. We'll see how he's going to go. We do have the Lampedi out here as well, as a unit's going to be pushing in here, trying to fight their way through onto this location. No more palaces getting thrown up as Rapl is just going to slam head first into this location. Do we see any gold mines being snuck here for Moore? He's got his Stymphalian birds floating over here. Funnily enough, if I actually think if Moore can pick off this town center or something, this game could go into a draw position by just simply floating those Stymphalian birds over the middle of this oasis. There will be no way for Rapl to kill those off. As Moore going to be retreating back. He does have 280 gold left in his main base here. Moore's got himself 102 of 130 population. The army trying to chase this around. We do see the Arcus going to be doing some shoot and scoot micro here as the citizens, they could actually jump into that manor, and they do indeed decide to pull into there as the citizens pop out on the other side. Over here as the units trying to push through. Rapl here, how much population he's got? 97 of 115. No, imagine a fire giant here. Imagine just one fire giant. Yes, the Stymphalian birds probably can actually take that out, but imagine one fire giant here to take out those Arcus as we see another palace coming up over here. Moore, he's got a decent amount of wood in the bank. He's trying to garrison all his citizens, keeping them alive at this point, but he's actually coming back over onto this large gold mine to get that gold. But the question is that going to matter or not, as all the units garrisoning into the town center, trying to stay as safe as possible, as the Stymphalian bird getting some good value from overhead, as Rapl, he can't actually push in here and deal with this here. Citizen trying to grab some wood over on this location. The tower's doing so much damage as Rapl's economy, or Rapl's army here, slowly dwindling down to 70 of 115 population here, as the Arcus going to pop back out in this nice choke point over here. Going to get a lot of good free damage done from afar. The Murmillo also getting some good damage done as Rapl trying to push back in here, trying to pick this off, but it looks like Moore is going to be able to defend this location here wonderfully, as Rapl decides he has to resign here. Moore's strategy here was so absolutely metagamey, and it was so good. I absolutely love it. The Cairo Ballista basically force Rapl into a position where he has to decide whether to go for town centers or go for the Mythic Age. I do feel like, given the fact that we know what Moore was planning now, he goes for that fast Mythic without building that many units. It would have been a really, really good idea for Rapl to have actually grabbed this town center himself with the hill fort as well, to hold on to this location and spam units. Spend that 2,000 resources that he had on units, on upgrades, and just wait on that Ragnarok to have a stronger Ragnarok, and maybe try and deal with this Tartarian gate, maybe with mass fire giant instead. Because I think that given the situation here, given the amount of units that was coming in, given the fact that Morse went for that Mythic Age, I think the town center would have been and producing units would have been the correct play in the end. But Rapl goes for that Ragnarok, and he just didn't have the unit mass here to really get in here. I mean, the other thing is that maybe if Rapl had just, instead of sticking here after he cast Frost, maybe send the villagers to the corner of the map to be all safe so he didn't lose any. His Ragnarok would have been a little bit bigger, and maybe trying to get a sort of wall to prevent the units from retreating back to defend himself. Could have cut them off, and then maybe he would have been able to rush straight in here. The other thing is, instead of trying to kill off this Tartarian gate, which did take some time, rush straight into his opponent's base and just say, well, I'm going all in no matter what here, so I don't care about my base. I'm going to kill you with everything. But he didn't go for that in the end, and that's the game. GG, well played. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.